So Chris, you're on day release again.
Yes. They really liked the fact that I came back smiling. So, yeah, and I told you about the prison shower system that I cured. So they're really happy with me at the moment. I'm on good behaviour.
Good. And Matt escaped after you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I never went prison, huh? But you're not getting me involved in this.
Oh.
You did go to prison. We discussed it thoroughly at length last week. Well, last week, a couple of days ago.
Why would I go to prison?
You were taking to Chris's place so he could come out and join me on the episode because I missed him. Because I've been stuck with you.
Thanks a lot. Great. I can tell you, there's plenty of good times in those showers.
It was.
You guys seem to really enjoy the showers.
Well, you got to stay clean. I mean, you got to scrub up, scrub a dub.
Honestly, there's nothing better than a warm shower. I can be in there for hours.
Oh yeah, I think I was.
Yeah, you know.
Slightly uncomfortable now.
The soap gets smaller over time.
It gets everywhere, but in the right places,
Squirting all over the place, shower gel and stuff like that. Yeah.
We're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about shower gel.
It's innocent.
What could possibly go wrong?
Sometimes it's hard just to aim at your friend. Make sure you get it on the chest,
Yeah.
Scrub it in.
All over their back?
All over their back, And sometimes, because it's right next to the radiator, it's a nice warm squirt as well.
Yeah. You've got to get it in every crack and crevice, haven't you?
Oh, God, yeah. Work it into the beard and the chest hair,
Yeah.
Soapy soap.
Oh. I'm feeling warm and nostalgic about it just now.
Warm and nostalgic were the only memories I would have in the cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go.
Oh, you're still here, darling.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm walking out right now.
Oh, good.
It's funny how, she did this before, and her head was still here, but her body had left.
Yeah.
It's a long neck sort of deal, It's really funny if you guys could see this.
But they can't, because this is just audio.
Mm-hmm.
But they can dream.
They can dream.
They can dream. I wonder what they think we look like and what we're doing while we're recording this.
Well.
They've been wondering for a year now.
Probably not very high opinion, if I'm not being honest.
Probably not. They probably think that we're, skinning cats while we're doing this or something like that.
It's funny, because if they actually saw me, they would know that I'm a Buddhist and I'm bald.
Funny you should talk about Buddhist. We were so close to picking the Buddhist man to do this episode on.
Because it's the 25th of May, is it? No, not 25th of
yes.
May. Yes, it is, yes.
Yes, it is the 25th of May.
I lose so much track inside.
We are 1 years old today.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll make it to 2.
I love you guys, and I love all you guys out there.
All of them, really.
Well, not all of them. Some of them are freaks, but I love them.
They must be freaks if they listen to us.
Yeah.
And they have been for a year. I'm looking at you, Yulia and Sumia. Even though Yulia's dead, I forgot.
I was going to say.
Yulia's dead. I broke the news to Chris last episode that Yulia died. He just laughed.
Well, I wasn't expecting it, so I didn't know how to react, but I think I picked a good emotion,
Yeah.
Laughter.
Is that how you react to most people dying?
Well, yeah, I mean, what can you do but laugh in the end?
Yeah.
Shed a tear, look like a freak, but yeah.
To be fair, people dying have actually been the basis of quite a lot of episodes, so...
Yeah, well...
Let's not complain.
Plenty of good things come out of people dying, I think, really.
Like a Dork's Deduction podcast.
Like conspiracy theories.
So more people should die, really. I think that's what our message, yeah?
Yeah. Talking about death, a lot of people die in wars.
Wars, you say?
Wars.
Yeah, wars, yeah.
Funny you should say that. You see, on this day, the 25th of May, a long, long time ago, I think it was 1954, there was this man called... Richard Capa.
What? Who's Richard Capa, Chris?
He's someone I just made up. I was actually talking about.
You know what? I'm not even going to jump in. I'm going to let him try and figure it out.
Robert Capa.
Oh, Robert Capa.
Robert Capa. Ah, fuck it. Hey, funny you should mention that, Tarmin, because on this day, back in 19...
Yeah, I'm not cutting the other bit out.
Oh. So, yeah, Robert Capa.
So he was some Hungarian dude whose actual name was André Friedman, a Jewish Hungarian man who took some photos and some shit.
Yeah. He was also married to Gerda Taro. I think that's how you say it. Who was also
And her, which is the basis of the tarot cards.
Oh, serious?
No.
Oh.
Why the fuck would it be the basis? Why would a lady that lived in the 20th century be the basis of a tarot card?
I don't know. I'm gullible today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't lead him on like that, Tom.
Yeah. Come on. Come on now.
It's like when we talked about the crisp guy, and I told you, Matt, that's what the crisp was named after.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, you were saying, Matthew.
Yeah, and he was a very brave war photographer. He took photos in loads of wars. So, like, the Spanish Civil War, which is important to this episode. One of the Japanese wars, World War II.
Yeah, the second sino-japanese war.
Yeah, the 1948 Arab-Israeli war, and the first Indochina war. So,
Yeah.
Cool guy.
So he lived a life, and he was only 40 when he died, or 40-something.
Yeah.
41. 40 or 41.
Compared to what we've done in our life, he's done quite a lot.
Yeah.
To be fair, we're almost half his age, so...
Yeah, we've still yet to do any of those things.
We've still yet to just do
I
anything.
learned Spanish. I haven't even got over to Spain yet, so...
I know hola.
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 Adios.
Amigo.
Como te llamas? Why are we going through this?
Does that mean what my name is? What's my name?
I'm asking you what your name is.
Yeah. Tarmin.
Yeah, you meant to say Malaba.
Nice contribution there.
I didn't learn Spanish.
God.
You're lucky I got as far as I did.
Matt, what does this mean? Escuchar la cita.
Don't have a clue.
It's listen to the tape.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the only phrase I know in Spanish for some reason.
I know, like, odd little words. I know polo is chicken.
Oh, yes.
Oh, really? Because, like, French chicken is poulet. It's very similar. Spanish and France. It's ridiculously similar.
It's because it's the same foundation. It's kind of the whole Latin thing. It's the foundation of both.
Don't most languages derive from Latin?
Pretty much. Most European languages.
Yet no one actually knows actual Latin.
No.
I know how to do an exorcism in Latin.
Is that because you've watched a film?
No, it's because I watched, like, 200 plus episodes of Supernatural.
Ah, right.
Multiple times.
And that just makes you an expert on, performing these rites, maybe demonology. Actually, yeah, maybe demonology.
Yeah, it does. It does. I know everything. Anyway, so, Hungarian photographer dude, Friedman, Capa.
Yeah. He also co-founded Magnum Photos, which is quite an important photography thing.
Yeah, for freelance journalists, photojournalists.
And he formed it with another Henri Cartier-Bresson, who's quite famous.
Yes, I so know who he is.
He does like he did photos of Paris and war photos as well, stuff like that.
Yeah. I know who he is, Matt.
Well, you should do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well done.
I so went to all my history lessons.
Look, even I didn't go to all my history lessons. I still know who he is.
Yeah, so do I.
Now, let's move on.
I never said I didn't.
I don't. I'm not even going to pretend I do. I'm very ignorant of him.
Anyway.
I like the Romans.
You like the Romans?
That was my favourite history lesson.
Robert Capa. Do you want to know how he died, Chris? Because you probably won't. He stepped on a landmine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why he died so young.
It's a bit of a stupid thing to do, that.
I suppose so, but...
Well, he did go to a lot of war zones, so it's bound to happen at some point. He's going to get hurt.
Probably shouldn't have stepped on it.
No, I don't think he intended to step on it.
That's probably a good thing.
I completely agree with that. Very few people actually intend to step on these things. But how long had he actually been involved in the war photography before his demise?
Quite a while, because he originally wanted to be a writer, but then he moved to Berlin and he got enticed by the world of photography and art.
I think
And-
for around about 33 time, I think it's...
I think it was before that he started taking up photography, and then he had to move from Berlin to France in 1933 because of the Nazi Germany, the Nazis uprising.
Yeah, the war photography, I'm guessing, starts with World War II, I would have thought.
I think it was the Japanese War first, because he was there from 1934 to 1939.
Ah.
1936 to 1939.
Well, no, the Spanish Civil War would have been first then.
Ah, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Interestingly, his first published photograph was Leon Trotsky.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, mate, he was making a speech in Copenhagen.
Sure.
So,
Copenhagen. Okay.
yeah, that's kind of interesting, the side.
Yeah, because I know who he is,
Oh,
too.
for fuck's sake, Tommy. Work out who some of these people are.
I told you my knowledge on this is quite limited. Hey, would you rather I know everything and not let you have a word?
I suppose.
Exactly. I knew that you'd know about this shit, so I barely did any research, okay?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, sometimes I don't have to, because if I know it's like going to be a murder or something, I'm just like, I'd probably be better equipped to deal with that.
Yeah. So we get on with...
The reason that we're doing this episode.
Yeah.
So, what about the intro music?
Ah, shit, I forgot about
Tommy,
that.
how could you forget?
I was going to say it, but then you guys did the, cough
Oh, blame it on us,
bullshit
yeah.
and talking of... Who's doing the intro music?
Intro music! Fuck's
I
sake.
thought we were done with that now.
Welcome to the Dorks Deduction Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
Well, I'm bringing it back just so you know.
Okay.
Oh, that
We did the intro music.
was off the wall and dangerous. I like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a special intro music for our birthday because we're lazy and we didn't come up with the music in the first place.
But you know, happy Dorks Deduction birthday first off, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how silly Facebook is? Facebook was telling me my birthday was coming up. I understand it telling me other people's birthdays.
It tells you your own birthday.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It says, oh, your birthday's coming up. You should do something to celebrate. I was like, don't you fucking tell me that I have to be social, Facebook.
Yeah.
You're a social media outlet that makes people not hang out with each other because they're always on Facebook.
I wonder if there's anyone in the world that was actually useful for.
No, because everyone knows their birthdays are coming up. If they're
Yeah.
going to do something, they'll do
It's a bit
it.
of a useless piece of tech there, isn't it?
Yeah, Facebook.
What's going on
Yeah.
Facebook? That's useless. What the hell?
Yeah, bastards. Anyway,
Mr. Kappa.
Mr. Capo. So we did the intro music. We told you about Andre Friedman. You guys can call him Robert Capa. I'm calling him Andre.
Okay.
Just to confuse people. He was a guy that took photos of some stuff.
Before we done this.
And the photo in particular that we are interested in is the one of the fallen soldier, which was taken during the Spanish Civil War.
Lemon.
Yeah. And,
So we're all familiar with the photo,
Yes.
yeah, it's a guy falling backwards.
Well, no, he got
With a gun in his hand.
Well, allegedly he got shot in the head, and he is falling to his death. Well, he was probably already dead. He's just falling with like a rifle slipping out of his hand, and he was one of the loyalist militia men fighting against General
Yeah,
Franco.
he's anarchist. He was
Yeah.
Federico Belel Garcia.
Oh, he had a name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, this
Nice.
is this. I should add, this is who Robert Capa said he was.
That's where the information comes from. So it's claimed that the photo was taken on the 5th of September 1936, which also means my note about the Second Sino-Japanese War was incorrect.
Oops.
He wasn't there from 1936
I think
to
it was
1939.
38. He went
38.
to Japan.
38. Okay, who gives a shit? We're not doing the episode on that war. Anyway, we're doing it on some photo. Because that was a good idea.
Yeah.
A photo that we can't show people.
You can't really tell he's been shot in the head, though, can you?
I couldn't until I read about it. I was just like, oh, it's a guy. He's just falling over.
Yeah.
He's dropping his gun. Oh, he might be, waving the white flag saying, oh, I don't want to fight anymore because you guys have really big guns.
Yeah, it actually looks like.
But he'd be saying in Spanish,
Oh,
obviously.
you guys got really big guns.
It looks like, the positioning of his fall. It looks like, when an old granddad is just about to sit down and he kind of loses his footing and he kind of slips down on the bench. He's like, oh, cool.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Is that photo that goes around on Facebook sometimes of that old woman. She's trying to sit. She's either tried to sit in that chair or something, and she's fallen over or something.
I am not familiar with this photo.
Listeners, bring up the photo while we're talking about it. You're getting a good idea of what we're, making fun of. Well, it should be making fun. I mean,
We're not making fun of it
observations.
because apparently this thing happened and some man died. Okay, so it's supposed to have happened in 1936 during the Spanish Civil War in a town. Did I write down the name of the town? I can't really.
Fellow, Miliano.
I'll go with that because I clearly didn't write it down.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah.
There's. I could even go. No, I'm not going to go there.
Okay, so it's been cited as one of the greatest ever war photos, but from the 1970s there have been claims that it was fraudulent and faked, and there are some reasons for this claim, which are, even though that Andre Friedman, and his friend that he was, forgotten his name, but he was in the Spanish Civil War with, Matt, can you help me with the name?
Name? Is it a photographer?
Yeah, he was there with another photographer.
I had it somewhere.
Well, it's not that important. He's not the subject of this episode. So they were tied with the Spanish Civil War, yet they didn't actually, the governments didn't actually let them to the front line or to any active areas. So they couldn't really take photos of military in action and fighting. So there are claims that there may have been fake photos, not just through Friedman, but a lot of the war photographers at that time.
Yeah.
So the photos may have been staged, and all of the soldiers in active duty or civilians in peril.
Also, another reason I heard that it might not be true is the location as well. The location where it's said to have been taken was, at the time, a part of the war. But where it's actually considered to have taken place, this photograph, is a place called Espejo.
Espejo. I think so. There's a J, not a K.
Yeah, but J in Spanish can be pronounced different.
Okay, then, well, I'll go with the guy that did Spanish. Espejo.
Not necessarily. But in the background, because it's a sequence of photographs, actually, I think.
Yeah, it is. There's quite a few.
Yeah, he took more than one. And there's a range of mountains can be seen in the background. And this is more in keeping with Espejo than Celo Miliano.
I'm leaving you with the name.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so that's about 30 miles away. And during the war, this was out of range for where the battles were. So,
well, there were two battles, but they were small ones, and that was after the photos had been published, and there were no fatalities.
Yeah,
I know some history, Matt.
Yeah, well done. So yeah, they think this is a more likely. A lot of local experts, I think, believe it's more likely as well, due to kind of the locations in the photos. But also, I think the fact that there was no war around that area, it just makes it seem more likely, considering what you just said, that, war photographers weren't allowed to go on to the active fronts.
No, not with the governments anyway. I'm not sure if the militia would actually care, because sometimes if you hear about places like Rwanda and stuff like that, where the rebels, they actually actively engage with reporters and photographers.
Yeah.
And try to get their point across. But these people, Friedman and the other guy, they were aligned with the government, so they were following the government around. So I don't think they would have gotten much action.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the other guy was David Seymour.
I don't think it was that. I really should have written it down.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not important to this story.
Yeah. So,
Chris, because of your vast knowledge about this subject, what do you think? Do you think that Robert Capa took the photo or not?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Is there any reason that you don't?
I think I once saw the original photo without the soldier put in place. There was an actual photo before this. I think this is from a past memory, I can't remember, but it was in a class, they showed the original photo that he was superimposed upon, and it had something different. I think it was... Oh, wait, no, was it the dead body? It was a different body, I think.
You think they had Photoshop in the 30s?
They didn't have Photoshop, but they had their own methods of doing these things. I mean, look at...
There was a sequence of photos in the same area, so you might be thinking about a different photo.
Maybe. But I think you'd have to have perfect timing. Now, obviously, that was what he would get praised for, is the perfect timing of the photo. I don't think it is.
So, Chris, you've listened to us stating the reasons why it may not be a real photo, and you've gone with 1930s Photoshop.
Well, not 1930s Photoshop, come on. I think it would be messier. If you look at the photo, there's something sticking out of his head, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a piece of flesh or something. But I just think, there should be some sort of debris coming from the head, either a bullet or a splatter or something.
It depends on the bullet and the firearm.
I suppose so, but, if it's...
It's kind of interesting you mention this, though, because he claims that he didn't, even see the photo in the frame. He says he just, he was, in a... he was in a trench, and he was just literally putting the camera up in the air and just taking photos. And so he couldn't even see it.
But some people, they do get snapshots of things that they weren't expecting to.
Yeah, of course.
It does come out looking very remarkably good. Right.
Yeah, it does. I don't believe him for a second about the trench thing. No, he was there.
What Matt said just now, it is a bit remarkably good. It doesn't look like guerrilla photography. It looks like it's been set up. It's too clear.
Yeah.
For one thing.
It's also... Staging photos wasn't uncommon during this time as well. I've read, so...
They had to sell them. They're freelance photojournalists. They can't sell photos of the soldiers just hanging out having a good meal. That's not going to sell, is it?
Yeah. One person who doesn't believe it was staged is a guy called Willis E. Hartshorn, and he claims that the soldier in the photograph was killed by a sniper firing from a distance while posing for a staged photograph.
Huh.
So he claims the guy is actually dying. But it was staged, but it was a guy being shot.
What? Wait, that's quite a specific array of events for him to be sure about.
Yeah.
Did he give a reason? Did he give a reason for that? Or?
No, he's director of the International Centre of Photography, and he just thinks you couldn't have got such a good photograph without that guy being killed.
Okay.
Basically, that's his argument, that it's because people think it's a really powerful photo, and they do think you can get that from just it being staged.
But maybe Robert Capa did stage it, and he told this guy, don't worry, the bullet isn't in the gun. We're just going to fire it at you for effect.
That'd be so dark.
And then he just killed him.
Don't worry.
Maybe Capa has a dark side.
He won't say anything. Maybe he has a dark side. I mean, that's quite a creepy thought. And it makes you think about all these other artists and their most famous works, and maybe they might become famous for doing dark stuff as well, like that.
So basically, I'm going to buy a camera, and I'm going to invite one of you guys round and stage a photo.
Oh, Robert.
Let's not forget, I'm going to also buy a gun.
Well, where are you going to get a gun in London? You could get an air rifle, I suppose.
I'm sure there must be somebody that sells a gun in Hackney.
Oh, also, we're not allowed around your house, so
Why aren't you allowed around my house?
I've been around once in all the time I've known you.
Yeah, just because there was no other choice, really.
Yeah.
Either that or you would have to sleep on the street. Yeah. Yeah, Chris came around my house once.
Oh, yeah.
He took his shit.
Oh, yeah, it was a good shit. I took my time as well, and you wondered where I'd gone.
No, I didn't. I was just like, he's still in the toilet, and I called up, Chris, are you having a shit? And he was like, yeah. It's like, okay. Because we were supposed to go and eat, and he was taking his time.
I left that pan smelling fresh and fumed. It was lovely.
Of course he did.
I really don't have much to say on Capa, I'm afraid.
I say, because of the Shakespeare episode, right, I'm now always destined to say, who gives a fuck? It's about the picture, not what actually happened around it. I mean, it showed the perils of war, which is something that the world needed to see. If it was staged, okay, If it's not, it still happened. It may not have happened in that moment, but it's still happening in wars everywhere. It's still happening today in, I'm assuming, hundreds of countries. I don't bloody know, but there's wars going on everywhere.
Yeah.
So just because he staged this one photo didn't mean it didn't occur, just didn't occur at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And he did do a massive work afterwards, which is, I've looked at some of them, they are really good.
Yeah.
So why should one thing
It's still
detract from who he
Mark
was?
his legacy, yeah.
It's still a powerful photograph.
It is.
I think it's just the fact that he claimed it to be true. I think that's just the fact that he claimed it.
Well, he never actually denied it, but he never really said anything about it, I don't think.
Well, he talked
was,
a lot
the
about
editors-
it and how he took it and stuff like that.
Did he?
Well, he was saying he talks a lot about like the vantage points and the technique, how he kind of managed to kind of obtain the photograph.
But that's not a lie, because he obviously had to have a vantage point and a technique to take the photo.
Yeah,
It's just maybe the subject is a lie, and he didn't...
He's the guy claiming that this is the guy getting shot.
Okay.
Have you guys
Yeah.
noticed that there's something weird going on with his shadow on his right foot?
A little bit, yeah.
I need to bring it up, I don't have it in front of
Isn't
me.
one in the air or something?
His shadow kind of cuts out where the foot is supposed to be hitting the ground, and yet it continues at the bottom of the foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the shadow I've been looking at, it's not exactly as lined up as I'd wanted it to be. But then again, maybe some grass is in the way or something in the hedge, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just could be lighting.
Could be.
Yeah.
I like to think, like, it could be a real person dying, so I kind of feel bad, but I like to think that it's some sort of comedy shoot that they did, and this is a blooper. Like maybe the gun smelt really bad, or he slipped on a packet of rations or something.
Yeah. In a way, it does kind of look like one of those dodgy deaths in a Western.
Yeah.
In some
With the
ways.
Wilhelm scream, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that, you know how before you were saying that little bump on his head? You think that must be like some sort of a bullet or something like that? I think it's just a hat.
Oh, do you think it's a hat? It looks a bit like a top knot in a way, actually. The original...
Or something like that, because it's too clean to be like a bullet or flesh.
Maybe.
I think it's a hat.
I'm zooming in right now. I think it's just a hat.
I think it could be something on top of his hat, possibly.
Yeah, so it's part of the
Looks
hat.
like a mini nuke cloud.
Yeah, because I don't know what these militias would wear on their heads.
Wouldn't it be like a beret?
Yeah, that's...
Like
yeah.
an old flat cap or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The idea of some Yorkshire people kind of walking around the Spanish Civil War.
Whoa.
And I don't think the shadow of his leg really means much, because his leg's a bit twisted. So that's why it looks like the leg is shorter,
Well, it just...
if you really look at it, because you can see that there's a bit of a curve
Yeah.
on the shadow, which is the bending of his
It
leg.
just looks like the shadow cuts out and then continues at the foot.
No, I don't think that bottom bit is his shadow.
Well, but both... just like, the shadow should go all the way towards his foot, because his leg isn't exactly in the air.
It is in the air.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, his foot's up. You can see the sole of his shoe.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, gotcha.
You guys did film. You need to analyse the picture.
Oh, this is just exactly what we want. A picture would be a range of debate, mystery is unsolved. Woohoo, we're having a good time.
Yeah. Yes, I agree that the photo's probably staged. I don't think it's Photoshop or manipulated. I think this is a photo that was taken. It may not be of a genuine scenario, but I do think it was taken.
I kind of want to do a Stalin and just put Trotsky in there shooting him or something. That's where he went,
That would
all
be
those
pretty
purges.
cool.
Yeah, the unpurge.
Yeah.
Manipulating history, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt, you haven't said your point of view, have you?
Personally, I don't think it is.
A genuine one or a fake?
Well, I think it's a genuine photo. I just don't think it's what Capa says it was. So I think he was lying.
Yeah. Stuff happens in war. Sometimes it's more brutal than that. It doesn't really matter. It's just showing people what they're missing, while they go on with their lives. Well, there's people in peril
But
elsewhere.
you could argue it's not an accurate, picture of war.
Yeah, well, if he had no other choice, okay, and he's being filtered or blocked from actually taking pictures of the realities of war, of course he's going to try and stage it to make it look like what he's actually been seeing.
Yeah.
that scenario may not have happened at that point, but it has happened multiple times, many times.
Yeah, and at the end of it gets the idea of someone being shot, so...
Yeah.
I don't see it. I mean, I don't quite see how it's one of the most important photos in the world. Like some people claim.
Well, maybe because, all the photographers and journalists, they were being blocked from the front lines and stuff, so no one was getting the kind of material that would actually mean something until this photo came along. So I think that's why it's one of the most important ones.
I think there's more like powerful photos of war than this one.
Yeah.
There's that one of the all I know is the little Vietnamese girl. You know, she's walking. That's a really famous one. It's like really powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a powerful photo, because I sort of did wonder why this was one of the most famous war photos. But I think if this is the earliest ones that are so vivid and so, in inverted commas, real, I understand why it's important. It may not be the most powerful, but I understand why it's the most important one.
I can see maybe at the time it was kind of, very...
Well, back then we weren't used to, pictures like this of war. We were used to more... either propaganda or, we hardly saw any death or through oil paintings or something, but...
Yeah, no, because I think the world only really saw death en masse during the Second World War.
It's also the positioning of the photo. I mean, it's such a simple setup, and yet, you have all this grey sky, and he's just taking up 1/3 of it, maybe, and it's just... it is quite powerful, because instead of just...
You see the idyllic landscape, and that's untouched and beautiful, but then you see something so harsh in the foreground.
If it was just a smaller picture of him taking up the whole thing, it wouldn't be as powerful, I don't think, and it's just, he's almost crushed by the mundane landness behind him. I just think it still has a striking... Even though I think it might be forged, I think it has quite a striking look to it, and I do like it. One thing I do wonder about is, if it was forged, would they have faked the death, or would they have just taken... someone dying from another... taking someone dying from another phone, I'm not sure about that, but... I'm it makes me curious. I want to find out more about it if I can. Obviously, there's something we might not know completely, even though experts have disagreed with its validity.
It's difficult, because I don't know whether he's actually capturing him falling, or if he's just kind of almost like leaning.
No, I think his legs are raised. He's being knocked back.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he is falling, because you can see one leg up in the air, the other one about to go.
Yeah.
He is falling.
You've got to get that at the right time, then, haven't you?
Yeah, but how quick are the cameras? Because, obviously not as quick now, but if he's continuously taking take after take after take, and then he just picks the the photo he feels is the most powerful. And if it is staged, he could do it over and over again until he gets his perfect shot.
I think sometimes to create a powerful photo, sometimes I think it's got to be staged almost,
That thing I said before about the photo being of something else, I have found it. The original photo was a completely different person dying on the ground. I'm going to send it to you guys now.
On the Facebook tray?
Yes, indeed. On the Facebook tray. Well,
the Facebook tree.
You guys decide for yourself, because it's a very striking photo actually, but
I think it's a different landscape.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Let me just bring up the fallen soldier one again.
I remember this was shown to us, and it was just a bit suspect because it's the same photo. I'm sure it's a different.
Could it not? Didn't we say it was a sequence of photos? Could it just not be a further one along?
I wonder, but he's lost the gun. That's the thing in one of the other
it's still there. He's holding it, isn't
he? Isn't he dropping it in the other photo?
That's a different gun.
Oh.
That's a different gun. That's a different person. That's a different
and his
clothing.
his shirt's different as well.
Shirt's different. The bag's... bag you can't tell because it's not as clear in the Robert Capa photo.
It's definitely...
I think these were both taken at different times as well, because the quality is a lot different on each of them.
Definitely the same location if you look at the background.
It's a different vantage point, though.
Maybe.
Perhaps someone else staged
it seems like it may be a different season as well.
But it might support the...
If you look at the grass on the ground, it seems like it's a different season.
But that would...
Because there's a lot drier on the second photo that you've just sent us.
But even if that was the case, surely this would support the idea that he's staging these.
Not necessarily. It could be a photo in homage of Robert Capa's one, because I think the quality of the picture is better in the second photo that you've just sent us. And it's also, I think, it's at a different time because of the ground, as in different season to the original photo.
Okay.
Because I think that one, the original photo, there must have been some rain and stuff because it looks like there is grass growing and the leaves and stuff. But in the second photo, it seems very hard. The floor, the ground, there's a lot of mud around the person. And there is some grass in the background, but not as much.
Maybe. I think it's staged.
Oh, yeah, I think it's staged, definitely, but I don't think it was manipulated as such.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
I probably get that point where he just saw a guy die and it was like, oh, shit, there was no film on the camera. Can we just do that again or something? Or somehow get it, stage it, He probably did see this stuff happen, but...
Yeah, you must have done. He was living through the war.
So even if it was staged, he's reproducing with great quality what he saw,
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was easy.
it was good.
That was our great anniversary episode.
Nice and cheerful.
Whoa!
Yeah. Because me and Chris talked about it at the end of the last episode. Because nothing significant has happened on May 25th.
Oh, no.
Apart from Cillian Murphy's birth,
Yeah.
eating cats is abduction, and 10,000 Bangladeshi people dying.
And now, the Dork's deduction as well. Well, hey,
Yeah.
against the war, for the war, who cares? 100 episodes.
No, we're not at 100 episodes, mate.
Shut up.
How many weeks in a year,
God, you're
Chris?
really pissing on his fire today.
Shut up. Shut up. Damn it. They don't know. They can't count.
Okay, but in the past few episodes we've been saying, oh, this is episode 50 or something like that. So they may not be able to count, but we've counted for them.
Episode 11-5.
You know what, Matt? You know how me and you seem to hate the Olaf Palm episode?
Yeah.
You realise that's the one that's had the most downloads?
Is it really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
just looked at
wow.
the stats yesterday, and I was like, a lot of people have downloaded the Olaf Palm episode. Wow.
I always like that one, to be honest.
I like the topic, I just didn't think that we were very good in it. So I love how people probably downloaded it just because it's about Olaf Palm, and they've probably been put off by us.
Yeah. Did we make much sense in that one?
I don't know, we were very tired, and I think we stopped it a few times.
Yeah.
And
It was
yeah,
long.
and it was very long, and I didn't like editing it, and then I was like, fucking hell, this is boring. I don't even think I've listened to it since I uploaded it.
Yeah.
Since I edited it, I don't think I've listened to it.
Oh, we have our good shows and we have our, our tired shows, but,
What was your favourite show been this past year?
well, that's a toughie. Fuck! I don't know.
I know what mine is. It was the Marvel Week one with Chris Hemsworth when he decided to join us.
Ultra On! Shit!
No, the first one. Was that Ultra On?
It was gonna be
Oh,
Ultra
yeah,
On.
the Ultra On one was the first one. The Ultra Off one was...
That was back when we
second
got
one.
guest stars, And The
Yeah,
Rock.
why? What happened?
We-
Why haven't we had any guest stars lately,
I've been
Chris?
in prison, dude. You're the one in charge.
Yeah, but we know that I don't endear myself to these people.
The only guy I can get a hold of is Wesley Snipes, and that's it.
I wouldn't mind that.
He don't talk.
Is he still in prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
With
the thing
Chris.
is, he's free, but he just goes there. I think that's where he hangs out now.
What's your favourite episode, Matt? You weren't in the first Marvel one.
Was I not? No, I wasn't.
No, you were in the second one.
Yeah.
It's Ultra Off.
Well, I quite like the Lincoln Park one.
Leakin Park.
Yeah, just because it was like murder, parks, streaking. It was everything. I loved it.
Yeah. I actually changed my mind about my favourite episode.
Yeah.
The Trolls one, because we took a break for an hour in the middle of it,
Trolls.
and Chris went off to make his potato,
Yeah.
and in the edit I just put Cyndi Lauper just to bridge the gap.
Was that where we
That's my
came
favourite
up
one.
with our names?
No, that was the first one shot.
Was it? Yeah, I quite
Yeah.
like the first one shot as well.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah, I did not like the second one shot,
No,
and the listeners have not heard the second one shot
it was shit. Well,
because
one.
I've not even heard
It's a
it.
lost episode.
It's a lost episode. I'm sure it's still somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure I've got it.
It's unedited because I think I mixed it and then I started editing. 5 minutes into it, I was like, "Guys, would you mind if I just didn't do
Fuck
this?
this
Because I
shit."
really don't want to listen to this
What
shit."
was wrong with it?
I don't know. I think we were just very bored and tired.
We should have had a flashback show, shouldn't we?
A flashback
Yeah.
show? No, because that means I'd have to go back and find all these clips, which is why I decided we'd do a topic for the first year and the first birthday thing rather than do a highlights thing, which is what most people do.
I could really fuck.
I don't have time for that shit, Chris. We were supposed to do it at the end of last year and I didn't.
Hey, Matt, do you remember that really great moment in the Percy Fawcett episode?
Yeah, I'm not editing fuck all in that.
But I quite like the Percy Fawcett episode. I liked the Dogs one shots. I love I love the Avengers stuff we did, and also our guest stars. I really love them. They were lovely people. I love doing the creepypasta.
Even though Matt was really horrible to Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, but if you're going to get a
shit
chance,
actor. Come on.
if you're going to get a chance to be rude to someone, you might as well go for it, especially if it's a celebrity.
Yeah, I could take on The Rock. Easy. Come on.
Did you not see Fast and Furious 7? He broke a cast just by flexing his muscles.
Oh,
That was
such
movie
a
magic,
show-off.
Tom.
That was ridiculous. Like, he just flexed his muscles, and his broken arm suddenly got fixed, and the cast just cracked off.
It's all CGI, Tom, and plasticine models. Oh, you should know this.
It's not an impression of me.
You don't even have to analyse a photo properly.
Well, it's old, but yeah, I've enjoyed this little podcast.
Thing we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
I could live without it.
It's been such a special part of my life.
I can put the safety back on.
We're basically spending the next 10 minutes just loving ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that whole podcast if you want.
I love myself.
I really do sometimes, yeah.
In the space of a year, how many deaths did we go through? We have had Annie that's died, we've had Yulia that's died. Who else have we killed off?
I think you have to count people that were dead for a bit, but we got it wrong. Didn't we kill a celebrity at one point?
Did we kill a celebrity?
I don't know.
No.
I don't want to get us involved, but there's been quite a few that have died this year.
Yeah, they
We're
have.
not getting the blame for that, so...
No, we're not, because we didn't kill them off.
No.
We talked about them weeks after it happened.
Yeah.
Like it was brand new news.
It takes ages for the curse to work, anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
It's been a good year, man.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed my time with both of you.
Only because the time when you're not with us, you're in prison.
Oh, I got news. I'm going to be getting out early on good behaviour.
Really?
Yeah.
But you have to, like, stay out this time because you've been out before.
I have.
How many stints in prison have you had just this year alone?
Quite a few stints. But it wasn't... I was wrongly accused of killing Annie, even though she is dead. And some of them were just, trying to get a car off the road. I don't know. I'm wrongly accused, if anything.
Yeah, but you did some stuff that you weren't accused of. Like, you weren't arrested for or convicted of.
Yeah.
What's this stuff?
The stuff that he did with you and the trains.
Oh, come on. We were in the tunnel, so Steve was going to, be produced. That's all I'm saying.
Hey. That's for the law to find out about, man. We know the truth. Nothing but...
Look,
Yeah, so this has been a fun year. Not creepy at all.
And it's called shunting my engine, by the way.
Oh, God.
Well...
Well, the inappropriate humour that we have, that people either find endearing or disgusting.
Oh, it's got to be endearing, hasn't it?
My favourite thing about this year has been being called a cunt.
By who?
It's been a while.
I'm sorry about that.
Apology accepted. So, yeah. Is there anything else we need to say?
Well, today's celebrity birthday is Jenna Coleman, who was born on...
Why are you picking Jenna Coleman of all people?
Because it was her birthday today.
Yeah, but it was a lot of people's birthday today. Cillian Murphy, mine.
Anne Peebles, Cuba Gooding of The Main Ingredient.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Oh,
Chris,
shit.
it's
Yes.
meant to be May the 25th.
Are you... Wait,
Jenna Coleman was
Chris.
born on the 27th of April. Which
Chris,
is today in the
did you
past.
fuck up our episode?
Who's Jenna Coleman? What are you guys talking about? Jeez. What?
You really fucked us over because people believed that we were doing this episode live. Like, you've ruined it. Everyone thought we were doing it live.
He's gone mad. He's trying to screw with us.
So, happy birthday to me and Cillian Murphy and Sir Ian McKellen and the Dork Seduction. Because I can't remember anyone else's birthdays. Well, anyone else that was born on May the 25th. Not April the 27th, because that was a month ago.
Yeah. Right. That was Willie Nelson's birthday.
Yeah. Cuba Gooding Jr. was apparently born on April 27th, but that doesn't matter because that's such an insignificant date to us.
Why even mention it?
Yeah.
Uma Thurman was also born on that day.
You still haven't closed the tab. Anyway, I don't know. Is there anything else we want to say?
Thanks for this. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you all for listening to us.
Yeah.
And we hope you fuck it yourselves for the next year. For the next year, I guess.
Chris likes you.
Chris likes you, but he's probably going to be back
That's
in prison
creepy.
soon, let's face
I
it.
like you a bit too much, listeners.
Just likes you.
So, join us for our season 2 premiere of In the Back.
No, we've been cancelled, Chris, actually.
In the Back Shower with Chris is the new show.
No, Chris, the show has been cancelled. We will not be coming back.
Oh.
No. Sorry
Oh.
to burst your bubble.
Did a
But we're done.
burst my bubble a bit there.
His anal bubble.
My anal bubble. What am I supposed to do myself now? Like, I can't. Oh.
Hey, we made 50-something episodes, okay? We made more episodes than Firefly.
That's pretty special.
Yeah. Be happy. We've been cancelled now, but that's okay.
That's alright.
Cancelled shows, they are the better ones, and they come back with a vengeance on DVD. But we aren't releasing a DVD, so we're fucked, really.
Someone save the money somewhere.
We could do a CD of our best bits.
No, because that also means I have to edit them.
Let's not do
And,
that.
and
then.
how do you pick from all the best bits that we've had? I mean, I don't understand, really. I mean, we had Sandwich Islands. That was pretty early on in the run. And, yeah.
And it also...
Yeah.
It feels like this is a nostalgia episode for us.
Yeah. Fuck anyone listening. You know, this is our thing.
Who gives a shit about Robert Capa?
Yeah.
We've really loved what we've done. Haven't we, pretty much?
Yeah, we're not arrogant at all. I mean, we've been brilliant for the past year.
Yeah.
Mean to sound big-headed, and I'm as humble as pie, but we're the best thing the internet has ever had.
What about Keyboard Cat?
Second best.
What about the guy that was auto-tuned?
Oh, you mean, is hiding in your windows?
Yeah, that's the one. What about
that
him?
really did unite nations, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that's still third best. We're second at least.
I really think we should edit that onto the end of this episode.
He's hiding in your windows. He's snatching your people up.
Or maybe we just get you to rap it.
Yeah.
Is that the only bit you know?
I know more. I just need a moment, guys. Jesus!
Okay, have your moment.
He's hiding in your windows. He's snatching your people up. He's trying to rape that. Blah, blah, blah. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. And hide
Your mamas too. I think it's mamas.
they're raping everybody out here.
Yeah, brilliant. That was a revelationary.
That was a revelationary.
Amazing.
Yeah. The revelation was I'm never going to ask you to rap again.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I mean, are we going to love ourselves some more, or are we going to say goodbye soon?
I love you guys. Matt, I especially love the way you use that mouth and talk stuff. And Tarmin, you're really good at information and talking. And I really do appreciate that from you guys.
I'm really good at information and talking.
Yes.
Whereas my mouth's amazing, Tom. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
just good for information.
I like to think my mouth isn't that bad.
No, you both got great jaws.
It's not as good as what comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
What goes in for that matter?
Or what goes in, you know. It comes out with information. Wisdom goes in, eh?
Yeah.
I feel I'm more wisdomous than most.
You're wisdomous.
Yeah.
I do feel pretty
Because I
wisdomous.
use the word wisdomous. It's like a rape plot. Anyway, but genuinely, do we have anything else to say?
Oh, yeah, I had Seth Rogen in the studio as well. He was listening for our anniversary episode.
Ah, is that the laughter I heard?
Yeah, see, there he is. Oh, Seth! How you doing, man?
And Seth would chat, but we have to sign off now.
And
He's
you're
also
a
got
shit
cold.
actor.
Hey! You leave Seth Rogen alone.
Oh, look at him.
Don't you start, Matthew.
He just smiled more, Matthew.
Don't you
Look at that.
start.
Fine, I can see the shit actor behind the curtain.
He knows he's a comedic genius.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Like, all them weed movies you do, they're all revelationary, each and every one of
Yeah,
them.
not the same.
They're not the same.
Anyway, I'm putting the curtain down again. He's waving goodbye.
Anyway, so we're going to go out and do some baking with Seth Rogen. So we're going to have to say goodbye, because I don't really want to stretch this out any longer than it has to be. So we hope you enjoyed our anniversary episode. I mean, I enjoyed the bit where we didn't talk about Robert Capa.
I like the bit where we didn't talk about April the 27th.
I like that bit the most. Because it's May the 25th.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, listeners, it's also my birthday, so you can buy me presents.
Yeah.
So if you let me know, I will set up a P.O. box where I can go pick it up, because I don't want any of you weirdos having my address. How do you set up a P.O. box, anyway? I'll Google it.
Just put P.O. box somewhere.
Yeah. I'll Google it. So, yeah, if you want to reach out and talk to us, tell us we're shit, great, or you want to suggest stuff for us, because if you hadn't noticed through this Robert Capa episode, our knowledge is extensive. You can email us at thedorkseduction@gmail.com. You can also Facebook, and you can also Twitter. And I've got a personal Twitter, Chris has got a personal Twitter, Matt has nothing because he's a loser. But you can follow him on Instagram. Some French actress did. Some French actress did, and he got really excited.
It was very exciting.
Oh, you want to know a funny thing that happened to me on Twitter? I tweeted about a character that had showed up in a TV show. I just said, oh, so-and-so has now arrived on blah blah TV show. Whatever it is. So I just stated that he was there. It was not a compliment. The actor that played that character liked the tweet. So I didn't want to tell him, no. I was just saying, oh, so that's him, in a disappointed way. So, yeah, he thinks I must have been complimenting him, and I was just like, no, I was not complimenting him whatsoever.
Let's hope he doesn't find out.
You'll break his heart.
If he cares about people tweeting, then he's not cut out for this life.
There you go.
You're so harsh, Tommy.
Yeah. So is there anything you guys want to say before we leave our 1-year-old birthday
You're
party?
a monster, Tommy.
I'm not a monster.
You are.
Salt of the earth.
So seriously, you guys aren't going to say anything, you're just going to call me a monster. Fine, fuck you guys. Fuck you.
I'm just glad we learned so much about Willie Nelson today.
Yay. I do like Willie Nelson.
He also was like a backup singer for Jessica Simpson.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't have a career of his own. No, he just stood in the background while she was in Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like, he has no merit of his own right. It's all about Jessica Simpson. Didn't even know she was a fucking singer. I just thought she did that reality TV show with her husband.
Let's not remember her. Let's remember her sister who failed terribly that one time.
She married Diana Ross's son. I'm assuming it was a cash grab, because he's going to inherit a shit ton of money at some point.
That could be sometime soon as well.
Well, Diana Ross isn't that old.
Yeah, but she was
like
she
60s,
had to go
70s.
to hospital recently.
So do a lot of people.
Yeah, this means she's not in best health. She could die any minute.
Well, all of us could die any minute.
Yeah, but she had to go to hospital. That's kind of one step closer than we are.
She could step on a landmine or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to go into hospital to die any minute, Matt.
What?
You don't even have to go into hospital
Well, she
to die
wasn't
any
going
minute.
to hospital to have her bloody, teeth removed, was she?
Could have done.
She was going in there because she was bloody ill.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Oh, fuck you.
I don't know much about Diana Ross. Not gonna lie, all I know is that she's proper famous and probably has a shit ton of money.
She can sing quite well, to be fair.
Yeah, I've heard that. I heard that is her job. Anyway, fuck drawing this shit out, okay?
It's your fault. You kept going on.
Yeah, so we've enjoyed our year together, and I'm actually separating legally from these bastards.
Yes.
Because they just both called me monsters. And so you'll never hear from me again.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Goodbye, you bastards. What'd you say?
Ain't no mountain
high enough.
That's Diana Ross.
Ain't no valley low enough.
Yeah,
Look
what?
up. Look up.
I was carrying on
can
with
we
the
stop
Ain't no mountain high
recording at
enough.
some point?
Are we stopping?
Yeah,
my mouse is
stop.
not working.
No. Okay, so bye, guys. We're going to go hang out with Seth Rogen and Diana Ross. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.